It wasn't just an inauguration, it was a coronation. As Donald Trump took the oath of office for his second term, the real power players weren't behind him, they were seated beside him. Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, Mark Zuckerberg, Sundar Pichai, the titans of tech and capital, worth a combined $1.35 trillion, sat closer to the president than some of his own cabinet members. But among the billionaires, one stands apart not because of his wealth, but because of his ambition. Donald Trump isn't just a billionaire. He's a billionaire with a throne. He's turned the presidency into a business, a brand, a personal ATM. With over $3 billion in crypto holdings, Trump is now a digital kingpin, using the Oval Office to pump his coins, protect his empire, and punish his enemies. But this billionaire takeover didn't begin with a handshake. It began with a siege, fueled by lies, funded by dark money, and enabled by silence. The Capitol was attacked not just by rioters, but by the idea that democracy is for sale. That if you're rich enough, powerful enough, you can rewrite the rules. January 6th wasn't the end of something. It was the beginning. The moment the mask slipped, and we saw who really holds the reins. But the violent goons and thugs storming the Capitol were too stupid to understand they don't hold any power. Elon Musk holds the reins, and Musk didn't just walk into Washington. He stormed in with a chainsaw, literally, at the 2025 Conservative Political Action Conference. Musk waved a chainsaw on stage, promising to feed bloated federal agencies into the wood chipper. And that wasn't a metaphor. As head of Trump's Department of Government Efficiency, Doge Musk thousands of federal jobs, slashed services, and left chaos in his wake. Promised savings? $2 trillion. Actual results? A fraction of that, riddled with errors and lawsuits. Even his own tech hires admitted, the government wasn't broken until Musk broke it. Steve Bannon thought voters elected Trump. He thought the mega base had a seat at the table. But when Bannon criticized Musk's influence, he got a brutal reality check. This wasn't just a tantrum, it was a message. When the MAGA movement pushed back against Musk's pro-immigration stance, one that clashed with their core beliefs, he didn't debate. He insulted. He dismissed. He made it known that their votes, their vices, their loyalty meant nothing, because in Musk's world, only billionaire opinions count. And if you're not writing checks or controlling algorithms, you're just background noise. Even the movement that helped elect Trump got steamrolled the moment it questioned the new ruling class. That's the brutal truth. In today's America, billionaires don't just buy influence, they erase dissent. America's next president chosen by billionaires, not voters. The 2028 election won't be a battle between candidates. It will be a billionaire bidding war. The richest men in America aren't just influencing politics anymore. They own it. They've turned democracy into a rigged casino where the House always wins. And the House is run by Jeff Bezos, Peter Thiel, Michael Bloomberg, and foreign billionaires who see America as their next investment. Forget policies, forget debates. The next president won't be chosen by the people. The winner of America's 2028 election will be installed by the ultra-rich, handpicked to protect their fortunes, expand their power, and crush anything that threatens their empire. So, ask yourself, if billionaires control the presidency, what's left for the people? It is all about the billionaire money machine. In 2024, billionaires spent $2.6 billion on elections, a record-breaking amount. But 2028 is shaping up to be even worse. Elon Musk is no longer bankrolling Trump, but already proved how easy it is for a billionaire to own the White House. For now, the bromance is over, and Trump threatened to cancel Musk's government contracts, worth over $38 billion, including $22 billion in SpaceX deals alone. Musk fired back, calling for Trump's impeachment and hinting that Trump's name appears in the Epstein investigation files. Meanwhile, Michael Bloomberg and George Soros are quietly funding Kamala Harris, ensuring their influence remains untouched. Foreign billionaires from China, Saudi Arabia, and Russia are pouring money into U.S. elections, looking for a president who will serve their global interests. This isn't democracy. It's an auction, and the highest bidder wins. Super PACs and dark money, the invisible hands behind politics. Billionaires don't just donate. They manipulate. Super PACs allow them to spend unlimited amounts without revealing their full involvement. Dark money groups funnel billions into elections, making it impossible to track who is truly behind political movements. They don't need your vote. They just need to convince you that their candidate is inevitable. Billionaires own the media and control public perception. Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post. Mark Zuckerberg's meta platforms decide what news you see. If billionaires control the media, they control what voters believe. They can bury scandals, manipulate polls, and manufacture outrage, all while keeping their own influence carefully hidden. A politician's rise or fall isn't decided by voters. It is dictated by the hands behind the algorithms and those controlling. The news. Billionaires influence policy and buy loyalty. Trump's running mate, J.D. Vance, wasn't just chosen for his loyalty. He was handpicked by billionaire Peter Thiel, who funded his rise to power and lobbied to put him on the ticket. Meanwhile, Amazon's growing grip on government contracts allows Bezos to quietly expand his influence over national security, infrastructure, and AI policy, and outside the U.S., foreign billionaires are making moves. Saudi investors are backing American energy policies, ensuring oil dominance. Chinese billionaires are funding AI research, looking for a president who won't regulate their influence. How about Qatar unwrapping a $400 million Boeing 747 jet to greedy Trump? When billionaires own policy, they don't need to be elected. They only need to install the politicians who serve them. Asterisk and truly horrifying is there is no longer a safeguard within America's judicial system. The Supreme Court is truly a captured institution helping billionaires rig elections in exchange for extravagant gifts. Supreme Court justices should not be expecting gifts, but that did not stop them from receiving hundreds of freebies worth millions of dollars over the years. Justice, if you want to call him that, Clarence Thomas Letty, greedy PAC with gifts totaling over $4 million. The Supreme Court isn't just conservative. It is bought and paid for. Trump-appointed justices have ruled in his favor on key cases, allowing billionaires to spend unlimited amounts on elections. Decisions on campaign finance laws have ensured that billionaires can spend unlimited amounts influencing elections, further tilting the scales in their favor. And when rulings don't align with their interests, threats emerge. Trump has openly warned the court not to rule against him. When democracy depends on a functioning judiciary, a compromised court means democracy itself is on the verge of collapse. Voters don't run America anymore, billionaires do. Billionaires write the rules, pick the candidates, and fire anyone who gets in their way. In 2028, your vote will be garbage. Peter Thiel once said, "I no longer believe that freedom and democracy are compatible." That wasn't a warning. It was a mission statement. Billionaires like Thiel don't want to fix democracy. They want to replace it with a system where they own everything and you own nothing. This isn't representation. It's corporate occupation. And the people? We're just the audience watching our rights get sold off, one policy at a time. And if billionaires get their way, 2028 will be the final test. No job security, no health care, no power to protest. Just a nation where you rent your life from the rich and thank them for the privilege. "You will own nothing and be happy" was once a meme. Now it's a business model. The Democrats won't save you. The GOP won't either. They're two wings of the same vulture. The only way out? Vote them all out. Replace every corrupt billionaire-owned politician with independents who answer only to the people. Because if we don't take back our democracy at the ballot box, we may have to take it back in the streets. And history has a name for that: revolution.